Good morning, students. This is Mrs. Sati Joseph, your science teacher. Welcome back to the online teaching for the session 2020-21. Today, let us have a revision of the important points what we have discussed in the chapter friction. What is friction? Friction is a force that opposes the relative motion between two surfaces of objects in contact. The force of friction always acts in a direction opposite to that of the applied force. So friction means it is an opposing force which reduces the motion of an object. What are the causes of friction? Friction exists between two surfaces due to irregularities on the surface of the objects in contact. Interlocking of micro-level irregularities of the two surfaces and ploughing of harder surfaces into smoother surfaces. Friction is caused by the interlocking of irregularities on the surface of the objects in contact. What are the factors that affect friction? The factors that affect friction are roughness of the surface, the extent to which the two surfaces press together, and nature of the surface. What are the types of friction? First one, static friction. When a body is at rest, the force of friction is called the static friction and is always equal and opposite to the applied force. The force of friction which acts when the body is just at the verge of sliding on the surface is called limiting friction. So static friction means the friction arises when the body is at rest. Second one is sliding friction. What is sliding friction? The friction force which opposes the actual relative sliding motion between two contact surfaces, and it is smaller than static friction. Sliding friction is the frictional force which opposes the actual relative sliding motion between two contact surfaces. When one object slides over other, the friction caused due to that is called sliding friction. Third type of friction is rolling friction. The frictional force that exists between two surfaces when a body rolls over the other. Rolling friction is smaller than sliding friction. So rolling friction means the frictional force exists between two surfaces when a body rolls over the other. What are the effects of friction? The effects of friction are it produces heat, it causes wear and tear, and it opposes the motion. Means it reduces the speed of the object. Examples also I had given in the videos. Now let us see what are the advantages of friction. Friction between pen and paper enables us to write on the paper. Friction between our feet and the ground allows our movements like standing, walking, and running. Friction between the surface of the road and the tires of our vehicles allow the vehicles to move without slipping. There are some disadvantages also. Let us see that. What are the disadvantages of friction? Friction causes moving objects to stop or slow down. Friction produces heat, causing wastage of energy in machines. It causes wear and tear of moving parts of machinery, soles of shoes, etc. Friction is a necessary evil. As friction is advantageous to us, it is considered as a friend, but due to its disadvantages, it is a foe. Depending on the circumstances, friction can be a help or a hindrance. Thus, it is a necessary evil. There are advantages and disadvantages of friction. So, we can say friction is a friend as well as a foe. Some cases, friction is helpful to us, and in some other cases, it is a hindrance. Increasing friction. How we can increase the friction? We can increase the friction by pressing the surfaces together more strongly. If two surfaces are in contact tightly, then the friction will be more. For example, when brakes are applied on a bicycle or a car, the brake pads press against a moving part of the wheel, and the force of friction increases. Also, we can increase the friction by increasing the roughness of the surface in contact. You know that on rough surfaces, friction is more. For example, treading of shoes and tires is done to increase friction. Now, what are the methods for reducing friction? Friction can be minimized or reduced by making the surfaces in contact smooth, by polishing them. Sliding friction between the moving parts of vehicles and machinery can be reduced by using oil, grease, graphite, or any other lubricant. Rolling friction is less than sliding friction, and sliding friction is replaced by rolling friction by using rollers like ball bearings between the hub and the axles in the moving parts of machines and vehicles. You know that rolling friction is less than sliding friction. So, in place of sliding friction, it is replaced by rolling friction by using rollers or ball bearings, etc. Friction is reduced by providing wheels, suitcase, school bags of kids, etc. By using wheels also you can reduce the friction. That is why suitcases and attaches are provided with the wheels. Aeroplanes, boats, fishes and birds which move through fluids have bodies of special shape called streamlined shape, so as to reduce the friction due to fluid and avoid energy loss. So to avoid energy loss by friction, aeroplanes, boats, etc. are designed with special shapes like fishes and birds. The shape of fishes and birds is called streamlined. So it reduces the friction and avoid energy loss. So these are the main points we had discussed in this chapter. Have a nice reading. Learn all these definitions. It will help you to get good marks in the exam. I will come with a new video with a new topic. Till then, thank you, bye bye, and take care.